Hi guys, we're back here with Slider, and I think this is session like number 7 or something with him, and we're trying to really prepare him, get him ready to ride, work him through, and have him really be a functional member of society here, start that career. Okay, so what I want to work with him here today is installing the buttons, if you will. Okay, let me bring him around so you can see the side of him here. What I like to do is install what I consider my buttons, and to be able to move the different parts of the body, okay? So the hips are where I start on. That's button number 1, okay? So it's always 1 is here. We'll come on this side. 1 is back by the belly cinch. That's to move the hip. 2 is the ribs. That's right in between the 2 cinches, okay? So it's ribs, moving that away. That might be a side pass, anything where we're trying to really get that rib cage to move over. And then 3, that's up by this front cinch. That's to move the shoulders. Whoa, whoa, okay? So if you guys have watched the other videos in the series, you know that Slider is a very nervous, almost anxious horse when it comes to certain things, right? And if we track that all the way back to the first couple ones, I explained that was due to this horse's start. He had to have a surgery early on, and he's still not fully trusting of humans in all situations, okay? So we just have to work with what we've got there, right? And reminding him, hey, you're okay. So we just brought him out of the barn, and we may need to, he just had the saddle on. This is the first session we've done where we saddled him in the barn, okay? Last session we had just reviewed and got him going that way. So let's get his feet moving here a little bit, get his brain in gear. There we go. You notice he's just almost a little nervous, moving around here. So we're asking him to really settle in and get this brain working. I'm gonna change directions, ask him to move out. Come on. We're gonna change directions again. I'm a big believer in that groundwork. More direction changes, less circles. Okay, there. Now we got that brain back, okay. Sometimes we have to do that with our groundwork, have those tools in our toolbox, if you will, that if that horse is not focused on what we're trying to teach, we can do something like this and actually laterally get him to move to remind them, think about what this job is, okay? There we go, that's better. All right, now what I'm gonna ask Slider is I'm gonna start with, we're gonna be multitasking. We're gonna teach those hips to move, and we're gonna teach this horse to flex and bend, okay? Whoa, whoa. So what I'm trying to recreate with him, gotta wait for me here, buddy. All right, so he's tight, so we'll just pet him to a stop. In other words, we'll pet him till he stops, good, good. Because I want him to know, just because we're back in this vicinity doesn't mean necessarily move your feet, okay? Good, you're okay, wait. So pat him to a stop. Wait for me, Slider, wait for me. There, all right. Now, come on, we gotta get up away from that stuff. What I'm going to put in place or install this button, it's as if we're pretending and setting everything up for as if we were sitting on his back, okay? So, in this instance, if I was sitting here, I would be cueing that hip, and he really needs this to, once we get this hip moving around, he'll figure out when to move and when not to. So just bear with me here as he figures this out. But let's pretend the foot is in that saddle, or in that stirrup, okay? I'd reach it back. Now these buttons, the space between them is gonna be exaggerated when we start, okay? As this horse gets more handy and learns this over time, these buttons will get further or closer together rather, okay? So 1 is hip, 2, that's if we pushed right here, that's rib cage, and 3, that's the shoulders. And again, as this gets better, say 1 would be here, 2 would be there, and 3 would be here. They're much closer together then, okay? But to help him sort this out, we'll spread the distance out, okay? So what I'm gonna teach him is, I'm trying to create this part of my leg here, okay? It's blunt, it's flat, there's nothing protruding out of it. It's just nice and blunt, okay? So I'm gonna cue him like that, and I'm gonna ask this hip to move over, okay? So if I'm on the horse's right side, I'm gonna cue with my right hand. That frees up my left if necessary, okay? So here's what I mean by this. I'm gonna cue, and I'm gonna look for this right hind foot to step in front of the left. And as soon as he does, I'll release the pressure, okay? So let's ask here. So I'm touching, nothing's happening. It's tap, tap, release. Okay, there's one step. It's not great yet, but no pun intended, that's the first step, okay? So pet him here, let him know we're not moving right now. You're okay, you're okay. Okay, only when you feel that gentle pressure, okay? Not moving off my hand, there. So that time I tapped him twice with a rope. Pretty soon we won't be tapping at all, he'll just move off that light touch, okay? And that's what we're looking for. Now, to really draw this point out, I'm only using about 2 ounces with my hand. I'm not trying to push this horse hard. I'm not trying to muscle this horse. I'm just trying to ask him to move, okay? So there's the pressure. 1, there. It's less than last time, right? Hey, buddy. Last time it was 2, now we're 1. So what we're really trying to do is horses are masters of, they have mastered anticipation, okay? So wait for me, please. Try blowing by me with that shoulder. So we move that shoulder out. All right, swing around here. The camera can see him again. Whoa, whoa. So as we're doing these things, asking him for specific things, you notice it gives him also time where we're not asking for anything. So he can much more easily sort out in the future when we're needing some movement and when we're not, right? And it will be clear in that to him. No, wait, back. Okay, you gotta wait for me, there. Okay, now I'm asking, there you go. No tap there, okay? This is because horses are such good at, they're so good at anticipating. And we're using that to our advantage, right? Okay, so asking, there, perfect, and no tap. I wanna work my aid, which in this case would be the tail of my lead rope. I wanna work this out of a job. I don't wanna cue with this. All this does is reinforces the cue if necessary, okay? We'll ask him one more time over here. We'll swing him around so the camera can see him. Whoa, 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 okay. Cueing, there we go. Keep going, keep going, keep going. I'm looking for a little bit more try. There we go, okay. So to recap this, he was moving, but he was really pretty sticky here, right? As soon as he gave me that extra big step, that's when I release, okay? And I want you guys to always remember, reward the try. Whenever your horse tries, in this case it's he had been moving, is moving, but then he gave extra. That's the extra try I'm talking about. Reward the try. If you reward the try, you'll get more try, okay? That tip will serve you pretty well in the future, okay? Asking again, move. If he was to get sticky, which this horse doesn't usually get sticky, I could still drive. Okay, we've got that right side going pretty good. We're gonna start from scratch now on the left, okay? So in this case, since I'm on the horse's left side, I'm gonna cue with my left hand. My right hand will be there. No, don't do that, that's rude. My right hand is there to tap if necessary, okay? Whoa, 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 wait for me. Patting him to a stop, right? I don't want him moving just because I'm touching by the flank. Only if I cue him and he'll learn the difference. Okay, here it is, ready? He's a little sticky, right? Just like the other side was. Tap, good. Please back up. The shoulder came into my back. He's gotta learn. That doesn't work. Okay, come off the fence a little bit here, buddy. Whoa, 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 whoa. Again, this horse is just nervous and anxious. Wait for me, buddy. Wait for me. Wait for me. Wait. So he's learning the very specifics of the body language, okay? Recap this. This horse is right off the plains. South Dakota. He grew up in a big pasture. He hasn't totally figured out people the way, same maybe a foal that grew up in captivity has. Okay, all right, ask again. Yes, better than the other side, right? We didn't need the rope by the second time. He's starting to connect what we're looking for to his feet. Wait, please. Come on, move that shoulder over. There. He bumped into me with that shoulder again. I want to get on that now before that becomes a bigger problem. Okay, asking, good, good. I'm asking him a little bit more now, keep moving. Good boy, thank you. Okay, so eventually what this will turn into is this horse will move his hip indefinitely and forever, or until I stop asking, okay? Whichever comes first. And what that will create is the ability for us to move this horse and really divert possible problems, okay? Because as an explanation, let's pretend that my feet are a horse's hind end. If a horse is stepping across in this way, they cannot buck, they cannot bolt, and they cannot rear. Those three things that people are so nervous about, so worried about, can't actually happen because the power comes from the hind end. Even more important, not only can they physically not do that if they're stepping across, but if we're asking them to step across and they're doing it, the horse is actually mentally engaged, so the symptoms don't actually present, okay? So if we're proactive in that, we've got their brain working, we're really moving into positive territory. But if they're already there, we can divert that possible problem, okay? So we'll review on this side. Ask that hip to move. Okay, I'm asking here, good. Notice that hip is still moving, perfect. Come on, got a little sticky there, good. So now we're asking him for more, right? We're taking him up through the grade levels. At first it was just please move one step. Then we're asking for a couple. Now we're asking for a couple circles, right? So he's starting to figure out, keep moving as long as he feels that pressure. Okay, asking here, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Keep moving, release, reward the try, right? Always rewarding the try. All right, so there's the first time we're asking him for button one. Please follow that feel. Something we talk about in other videos, right? Follow that feel. Now I'm gonna leave the buttons for a second, and this next thing I'm gonna teach is the fundamental thing that is going to help us in so many areas in the future. Okay, it's the beginning stages of it. I'm gonna ask this horse to flex and bend, to lateral pull, or touch, I should say, on that halter, okay? So what I'm gonna be looking for is for his feet not to be moving here, and for him to just flex this head and give to this lateral pull, okay? I'm not asking for his feet to go now. You see my left hand? I'm not cueing him to go anywhere. I'm looking for his feet to actually not move, okay? So I'm keeping my sternum right even with the seat of this saddle. Back here, right? And if you start this with a saddle, it's a lot easier. Okay, there. He's figuring out that I don't want him to move his feet. Okay, now what I'm looking for is for this horse to laterally soften to this rein. Okay, he's not pulling hard, but I'm looking to reward that try. So, just waiting. There's a big sigh. I don't know if the camera picked that up or not. There, okay. Now, I'm gonna let this slack out, right? And I want this horse to work through that. Think through it, okay? What do you think there, buddy? Now, this time we come around, I would anticipate that his feet will move less. Let's see. Here. Look at that. I'm glad he read the script there. There, okay. Now this is all on feel. And I think this exercise can really teach people an awful lot about their hands in the feel, right? Because really, if we don't have a sense of feel, we're gonna have a tough time with our horses. Perfect, okay. Watching my hand here. Waiting, gets a little, there, okay. Now, it's not where I want it to be yet, right? It's not fully there, but he's getting the concept. notice this. This will come in handy. He's figuring out that it's easier to stand still and do this. That will come in handy, and that concept behind that will come in handy in the future. And if you stay tuned to this, you'll see how I draw this out. Wait for it. All right, so same thing now. Wait, come on, buddy. A little bit more, there, okay. Now it's very slight, okay? You don't see a lot of movement probably on the camera. But what I'm really looking for, or I shouldn't say looking, I'm saying feeling for. What I'm feeling is the tension goes away, okay? Rewarding that try. So notice, I'm standing on this side, really letting this horse know, hey, it's okay for me to be back here. It's okay for for things to be happening on your sides. It's just part of life, okay? Waiting for a little bit more try here. I'm feeling for, as soon as he puts some slack in this lead rope, you can even, his breathing is just a little tight still. Physically, he'll soften when he mentally softens to this, okay? And remember, oh, he's almost there. It's almost there. So close, so close. I've asked him for a little bit more, right? The first time we asked this, there's some tightness in his breathing, which is tightness in the body, right? The first couple times we asked for this, we weren't asking for this much bend, okay? And I wanna, wait, something's gonna happen here. Come on, he's thinking about it. There, okay. I tightened up just a little bit right before he did that, asking him to really make a choice. Now, letting him think through this, letting him process this. We can multitask in so many ways here because I actually have my belly button right up against this horse's side, and he needs a lot of that anyways, right? So as we're, perfect, okay. There's a good one, best one yet, okay? Now, as this moves forward, we're teaching him something that physically will be beneficial, but as much as anything, this is teaching him mentally to soften. There, right? And to be honest, this is a whole different element than I've really ever done before because we have Josh running the camera here. I've never done this with a camera moving around, and Slider's noticing that extra motion and movement, which a lot of times when I'm starting to colt, that doesn't factor in, right? Because there's no cameras there. But in this case, I love the opportunity that it creates because what it does with Slider there is it asks Slider to focus even more on me, even when there's the distractions of somebody else there moving around. So remember, opportunities are where you look for them, right? Even with a camera. Okay, there's a little bit of braciness here. That's that stiffness to the rope, and it's coming out through his feet. So we need him to just think through this. Think through it, right? He's done that before. He's already learned this. He just got to come back to it. Wait, trying to come out wide instead of pulling on the bridge of his nose. Laterally, just asking him to soften. And if I can stay in by this seat of that saddle, there it is. Good boy. Now he needs to soften a little bit more though. His feet stopped. Oh, he's almost there. He's so close. Come on, there it is. Okay, it's slight. It wasn't a full commitment, but he's starting to get good there. I wanted to reward him after that big movement with his feet. Okay, what do you think there, mister? Right, we'll ask him again here. Much better. To get a horse really good at this, good, perfect. To get him really good at this, a lot of times it'll take at least a couple hundred reps. There, see him thinking, he's licking and chewing. Right, it's one of those signs of a relaxed horse. We're not gonna ask him again, good, until he's done licking and chewing. That's like the downloading symbol on a computer, right? When they're licking and chewing, we just wait. Okay, we good? We'll ask again. Just holding, waiting for him to soften to this hand. Come on. It's wrestling with some choices. There's even a little bit, I'll block the sun in his eye with my hat here, but that sun was kind of shining right in his eye. He's distracted by that. There, come on, soften. So I bumped him a little bit there saying, hey, don't hang on that, right? Because he's just kind of hanging on that side. All right, we're gonna come to this other side and start from scratch. We're not even going to think that this side he'll pick right up where that side was. That's just not how horses think. Okay, everything you teach on one side, you start from scratch on the other. So we'll ask for that same thing right here, right? Notice those feet are tight. Because they're moving, his brain is tight. Where their brain goes, their feet follow. There, oh, he's almost there. So he's thinking about something else now. He's thinking about slowing down because he doesn't want to keep moving these feet around any more than I want him to. He just isn't sure what else to do. Almost. Okay, we'll let that go. Good. So it lets him remember, hey, you don't need to move those feet so much. Yeah. It's letting him, one of the benefits of teaching this to your horse is it teaches the horse to look for the solution. Instead of just panic and react and just go big, right, in a buck, a bolt, a rear, or something like that, it's teaching him to think through. So pat him to a stop. Wait for me, please. Wait for me, please, buddy. There, pat him to a stop, rubbing that flank. Yeah, good. Nope, didn't ask that hip to move right now, right? Just petting him. No need to go when I pet you, just when I give you those specific cues. There, good, okay. Pick up, he's already thinking about it because he's already bending that head around. Hopefully there's less circles than last time. Good, and let him go. Okay. Whoa, wait for me. Come back here, buddy. Follow that feel. Multitasking here. Whoa. Whoa. Pat him to a stop. Yeah, boy. Okay. Woo, good one. Good one. Then he got a little nervous when we let him out. That just means we've got a little bit more work to do. Okay? He's a little bit nervous of this rope up on his butt, so we'll throw that over there. If your horses are showing us signs of some nervousness, let's dig it out, right? Root that out. Okay. Ask again. A little bit more now. Going up into graduating in the first grade. There, take that. But notice, he wasn't moving his feet that time. Okay, we'll come back. I'll ask him again here. Wait. And I want to be clear on this. I don't care where his head is in relative position to his body, okay? Good boy. I don't care. Some horses, I've seen some horses that can come back here to their butt. I'm not asking for that, okay? All I care about is that there's not pull on that lead rope, okay? And I want to be, because they're all built different. A halflinger might not be able to come as far back as an athletic quarter horse or even more an Arabian or, those different breeds. So it is conformationally dependent. All I care about is, though, they're not pulling. Come on, soften a little bit more. Waiting for it. As soon as he tries, like we talked about with the hindquarters, as long as he tries, I'll reward that try. Come on. Trying to feel. This is a great exercise to really develop your timing and your softness with your hands, which will come in handy with your rein management. Come on. Up there. Okay. And if we reward them, or I should say release the rein when they pull, you'll get more pull, right? But if we release that rein or that lead rope in this case, when they soften to it, you'll get more softening. What do you think, buddy? Okay, let's ask again. Come on. Try a little bit more. Try a little bit more. And as soon as he does, I'm going to drop this lead rope like it burned my hand. Just thinking. Come on. Okay, now that was maybe off timing. A horse in another pen over here just made a noise, so he moved his head probably from hearing it. But it's better to err on the side of caution than it is to hold on him too long. Just soften. Nope, he's looking at. There we go. Okay. So this is the introduction to this, right? We've taught him button 1 in this session. We've really got him bending and flexing. I'm going to end this session with this horse by putting the bit in his mouth for the first time, okay? And just letting him feel that happen, okay? So we'll be right back. Okay, so we're back out here with Slider, and Slider has not yet had a bit in his mouth ever, okay? And what I'm gonna expose him to, obviously, is not only the bit being in his mouth, but the whole bridling process. Now to do this, I'm probably going to leave the halter on him for the first little bit. And this is at the end of a session with him. This is usually how I'll start this process. But when I do this with him, I put my right hand and teach them this position. My right hand will go between their ears. That's to control the up and down. My left hand is going to go on the bridge of his nose and ask him basically to hug me here, okay? Now to start this, I'm going to put my fingers in 2 different places, both sides, as it is, in the corners of their mouth, okay? I'm going to ask him to open it. There, okay. So my middle finger right in this right side, okay? Teach him to open that up. I'm also, at the same time, going to teach him on the left side with my thumb, okay? Now if you look at a horse's mouth, see the gap, the teeth stop right about within the line of that nostril, and then they don't start again until back here, okay? So I'm cueing right here on his gum, okay? So when I put my thumb here, I'm teaching him to open that mouth, notice that, okay? So when he does, I release that pressure. And if I start this horse right as a colt, he will never learn to lock that jaw in tight and not open his mouth, okay? One of the big reasons that a lot of horses' bridling problems are created is because the handlers get in too much of a hurry and they cram that bit up, okay? Let's remember, it's a piece of metal going in their mouth. All of you have been to the dentist before and felt the dentist tools, know how uncomfortable that can be, okay? So I'm really not trying to create something where this bit is causing him discomfort on his teeth, okay? So once they're starting to open his mouth, just like Slider is nice here, right hand between the ears, I'll grab the top of the bridle here, okay? Now my left hand, if you watch how my hands are placed, my middle finger is holding this open. The back side of my middle finger holds the outside of that snaffle, and my thumb holds the inside of this, okay? See, and I can hold it open. Great positioning because I've already taught my horse by that thumb to open his mouth. Now slow down with this, okay? Wait for that mouth to open. Don't cram that in. Now I'm going to hold him back or ask him to come back in that position. Left hand hug, right hand down, okay? So this is the first time he's felt that bit in his mouth, and he's going to chew. It's a little bit big for him. We'll get that adjusted here. Just a second. We'll put this throat latch on. We're going to tighten this down. Okay? And they're always going to chew the first couple times with this. Actually, we need a smaller bridle. But it's no matter when we start this for the first time. He's got a small little head. We're just going to let him feel the sensation of that bit in his mouth. Okay? Now, a lot of times, there's a lot of different theories on this and everything else. And sometimes a horse will put their tongue over that bit. I don't worry about that at all. Some people go, well, it's not supposed to be there. I know. And if that horse feels enough discomfort in that, they'll pull it back. If they can roll their tongue over it, they can pull their tongue back, okay? So a tighter bit fit on him would help that situation to not go over. But I don't care about that right now. I just want him to feel this thing in his mouth and get used to feeling that, okay? Now there's so many different things you could do at this point, right? We could tie our reins up so that those don't fall down, wrap them around the saddle horn, whatever. I do want to keep these loose so that they're not pulling on his mouth though, okay? This mouth moving forward now, I want to treat that like gold, okay? It's a valuable thing to me. I want that mouth to never be getting damaged, getting pulled on harshly, bruised, right? Anything that's causing him discomfort or pain. So you could take him for a walk at this point. You could do some other groundwork, whatever. But this chewing and things in that feel will happen sometimes for half an hour, 45 minutes, hour, sometimes more than that, okay? So at the end of a lesson is a great time to introduce that bit on those horses and really let them get comfortable with that. You know they're getting comfortable with that bit in their mouth when they stop chewing, okay? Once they do that, then I'll start bending and flexing and working through that, okay? But that might be a day or two before he's really comfortable with that, okay? So we're ending our session today with putting that bit in his mouth. It's a great place to stop. Just let him hold that as we take him back into the barn and things. I hope that helps. We'll see you down the trail.